For Tommy Fury's unbeaten streak to continue, Jake Paul's had to end. The half-brother of the heavyweight champ Tyson Fury beat the problem child by a close split decision for a make-believe WBC belt in a fight that was much better than it had any right to be.
The fight was amazing. It was a really good fight, really enjoyable. Solid 8 rounds in the bank. Jake was a tough kid. You know, he took a lot of good shots, and he was still there, so credit to himself.
Coming into the bout, the unbeaten Fury was the underdog, despite Paul's string of victories being over retired MMA champions, like the 47-year-old Anderson Silva. This prompted obvious criticisms that Paul addressed head-on.
You think that Mike Tyson couldn't beat Tommy Fury's ass right now? You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And so, so the age thing is you know, that's what people are hung up on, and that's why I'm so excited for this fight, is because now I can finally silence the critics who have said fight a professional boxer, fight someone your age.
For Fury, this was his third attempt at just making it to the dance. The first time they agreed to face one another, the 23-year-old had to withdraw due to a rib injury. The second time, the Englishman was denied access to the United States for family ties to the Irish mob. The pressure Tommy felt was familiar. Fury's father and trainer John was a professional boxer, and his half-brother Tyson is the top guy in the sport. He had his family name to honor.
You should not be sitting here right now because this is bad for you. You've blown your ticket. You should have stuck to making easy money, fighting old men, celebrities. I'm coming to take your head off.
It was all action from start to finish, with Fury landing the cleaner shots in volume for the majority of the fight. Paul scored a flash knockdown in the 8th to close the gap. But Fury's game plan was enough for 2 of the judges.
At the end of the day, he was very similar to what I watched on tape. You know, he didn't really do a lot, but, you know, it was everything, you know. Don't forget, you know, I'm only 23 years old. You know, the weight of the world on my shoulders tonight. My missus gave birth 3 weeks ago. You know, there's a hell of a lot going on. And I'm just happy that I came out here with my team, my dad, you know, everybody else. I'm leaving with a win, we're leaving with a belt. And it's just the best feeling in the world, because over the past 2.5 years, this is all that's consumed my life.
Good fight, good war. You know, tough kid. I didn't have my best performance. All fair play to Tommy. He won fair and square. And that's boxing, man. You got to take it on the chin. But it was good, some good moments in there. I just really couldn't get my game plan working. But hey, man, this is what the sport's all about. You win some in glorious fashion, and you lose some. And like I said out there, judging about my losses, because I'll be back.
For Jake, he will be fine. The 26-year-old's first loss was an admirable performance, and it shouldn't impact his promotional duties. Plus, he's signed on to compete in and co-promote his first MMA fight with the PFL. More importantly, Paul had a rematch clause baked into the contract. After scoring the only knockdown of the fight, and with Fury now a bigger name, don't be surprised if he triggers that immediately. As for Tommy, after his 3-year saga with Paul, he's made the family proud.
You know, I was standing in that tunnel by myself before I actually came out, and I was thinking about where I've come from. You know, a kid out of Salford, Manchester. You know, Tyson was the great. You know, he's the greatest. Tyson was the boxer in the family, and I was just that little kid poking through in each photo that you look back on. You know, in the memories, I'm just in the background. You know, and I said tonight is going to be my night. It's my time to shine. The whole world was looking at this fight, and I'll come out victorious.
In other boxing news, the WBC has cleared Conor Benn of intentional doping, and he has been returned to their welterweight rankings. Benn, son of Nigel Benn, was set to face longtime rival Chris Eubank Jr., son of Chris Eubank, in a bout that was being billed as the fight to end their father's feud that started 3 decades ago. That catchweight bout was scrapped at the 11th hour when Benn, 26, tested positive for the fertility drug clomiphene, which can boost testosterone and reduce fat. But the WBC aren't so sure. Mr. Benn's documented and highly elevated consumption of eggs during the times relevant to the sample collection raised a reasonable explanation for the adverse finding. While the WBC have excused him, the British Boxing Board of Control, who were responsible for stopping the fight, have acknowledged no such results. That means Benn, who is a big draw in the UK, will still be banned from fighting at home in Britain. And in excellent news, Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis is officially on. They'll fight this April 22nd in Las Vegas, just in time for Davis to make his court appearances for multiple serious charges in relation to a hit-and-run incident.
Thanks for watching. And remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.